Hey guys, it's Katie. Welcome back to my channel. You guys saw the title, so you guys know what's happening. In this video, I'm going to be talking about the time that my ex totally played me. I'm not making this video to like bash him or whatever. Like I'm not making this video to bash him or anything. I'm making the video to share my story because I know that this happens a lot and I know it's really hard to get over, especially when someone plays you. It's really hard to it's hard to let go, you know? So I'm making this video to share it with you guys. Hopefully it'll help some people out there. So let's just jump right in. So I made a lot of mistakes. I was very not smart. There was a lot of things I could have done to prevent getting hurt, but I didn't. Because I was like, I threw away a lot of red flags, you know? Like, it's not that I didn't see them. There were a lot of red flags. Some of them I didn't see, but others I did, and I just ignored them. So yeah. I guess I'll start by telling you guys how I met. So I'm really scared. What if he sees this? He won't. He doesn't know this channel exists. Okay, so basically, we had Spanish class together, and so the way the room is set up is it's a square because it's a room, and so up here in the front of in the front of the room, pretend it's the front, that there's the teacher's desk, right? And then that's on this wall, and then on the other three walls, seats are lined up across the other three walls. Does that make sense? That makes sense. So on this wall, I would always sit next to my friend, right? And that guy, and we were close to this corner, and the guy sat close to this corner but on this wall. So it was we were here, he was here. I hope that makes sense to you guys. So one day, I forget who, but someone was sitting in the chair that I usually sit in, so that seat was taken. So I sat just as close, the closest chair there was to that. And that happened to be next to this guy. I'm gonna change his name. We'll call him Joe. Let's just call this guy Joe. So, I sat next to Joe, and I didn't know him. I knew of him because we were in the same class, but I did not know him. I never talked to this guy before. And he was kind of full of himself. Like I said, I'm not trying to bash him, but he just I'll get more into that later. But I sat next to him, and this was right after homecoming. So we had homecoming on a Saturday. This was the following Monday. So we were doing a project because it was also right before parent-teacher, student-led conferences. So we were doing a project for student-led conferences, and as we were working on it, he just turned to me and he started talking to me just because, he just sparked a conversation. He was like, did you go to homecoming? And I was like, yeah, I did. I went with some friends. Did you? And he was like, no, I had to work. I was like, oh, where do you work? So it was we kind of just started talking that way. And then we got a little more deep. We talked about middle school and how much that sucked. He told me a lot of things about himself. I told him that my mom works at my school, so that can that's good at sometimes and also bad at sometimes. I'll make a story about that later. So we started talking a little bit, and then class ended and I went to my third period, he went to his, all that. Let's see, do I have this? Okay, I'm trying to figure out the days here. So that was Monday. Yes, okay, that was Monday. Tuesday went by, and my teacher called on me and another girl to go do something in the library to also set up for student-led conferences. So we went to do that. Wednesday went by, and I sat next to him again, and he said oh, where were you yesterday? And I was telling him about that, and we were just talking again. Thursday comes. So Thursday there was a football game, and I'm on my school's drill team. So the drill team performs at football and basketball games at halftime. If you don't know what drill is, it's a dance team basically. And we do different categories of dance. So our team, and we go to competitions. So our team competes in kick, military, and hip hop. We're a spirit team, like cheer. We just dance more. We dance more, cheer less, but we still cheer sometimes. Like we have pom-poms, and we'll make like spirit tunnels and stuff. So we're kind of partnered up with the cheer team. So we were performing, and he said like, I asked him, I was like, are you going to the football game tonight? And he was like, no, are you? I was like, oh yeah, I am. I'm on the drill team and we're performing. And he was like, oh, well maybe I will go. I was like, yeah, you should. And he was like, yeah, I know some people who are going, so I'll think about it. So then that class went by, and class ended, and as I was walking my third period, he comes up to me and he goes, hey, do you have an Instagram? And I was like, yeah. And I gave it to him. KDB Elizabeth. Social media is linked down below and at the end of the video. And so I was like, yeah, I have an Instagram, and I gave it to him. And he was like, okay, yeah, I'll text you later. I was like, all right, cool. And I got to my third period, and I got the notification. They started following me. And our school is split up into 2 lunches, first lunch and second lunch. I had second lunch. He had first lunch. So he texted me, and I was in class, so I wasn't looking at my phone. And then I got to lunch, and I saw a notification that he texted me and said like, oh man, you have second lunch, don't you? And I was like, yeah, I do. Oh, well, I'm sorry, my camera's like tilted too much down. Is that good? No, that's good enough. So he texted me, and then we were just like texting throughout lunch, and he was talking about the football game, and he was like, yeah, I'll be there. I'm like, okay, well, I was like, I have to sit with the drill team, because like we sit with the team sits together for the first half of the game, and then we go compete at halftime. In the second half, the coach is like, all right, do whatever we want. We can leave, we can stay watch the game, whatever. The only rule is while we're in our drill uniform, we can't be doing any like we have to be, our coach says we have to be angels while we're in our uniform. Like boyfriends can't have their arm around us or anything, because we're representing the Highland School drill team. Okay, change of background. My mom got home, so I went downstairs. Nice view of my very unmade bed. So anyway, where was I? Right, I had to sit with the drill team the first half of the game. And so we talked about it, and he had some friends who were going, so he sat with his friends the first half, and then I just joined in the second half. So I went to the game, and I talked to him before the game, like before I had to go meet my team. And then I went to meet them, we performed, all that. So flash forward to the second half of the football game. I was with my friend Jay Taunton, and we were just talking because he was dating my friend at the time. Like he was dating one of my best friends. So we were just having like a stupid little like argument. Like I am the one who set them up, and then he was like, you weren't the matchmaker. I'm like, but I set you up, I introduced you, like all that. You know, it was just like that. So we were walking, and we went to meet him, and we watched the game for a little bit, and then he was like, do you want to go somewhere a little quieter? Now, I was stupid, but I wasn't that stupid. So I was like, sure, but it was somewhere where people still were. It was just quiet. It was away from the whole crowd, but like it was like right by the concessions. So like people would pass us, and like people could see us. We were in plain sight, you know? It just was away from all the noise. So we were talking, like, I forget what we were even talking about, but we were talking, and then the game ended, and he was like, do you want to like go to McDonald's or something? Because like the school is right by McDonald's. And I was like, my mom I can't be out super late, because by the time the game ended it was like 10 o'clock. I was like, I have drill team tomorrow. Drill team starts at 5:30. I have to wake up at like 4:45, because my school is getting rebuilt, so the place we're staying at, like the interim school, is 15 minutes away from my house. So I have to wake up kind of early, get ready for drill, pack all my stuff, leave. You know, I have to wake up really early. So he was like, okay. He was like, do you want anything after school tomorrow? I was like, yeah, sure. So I had cross country, but since it was a Friday, Like, since it was a Friday, cross country practice, like, school got out at 1 o'clock, and cross country wasn't until like 2, I think it was at like 3. So we hung out in that time, and that's when he asked me to be his girlfriend. This is the first mistake I made, is I had just met him. I didn't try to get to know him or anything. That's my first mistake. So, yeah, I said yes, and then he kissed me, all that. So all that was like, and fun fact, when he kissed me, I didn't know that 2 people on my cross country team, my friends, were standing like over there, because they were ready for practice, because practice was gonna start soon. So they saw that. That was weird. But so yeah. Then we started dating, and like time went by. We dated for like 2 months. And now here is where it gets interesting. So around a month into us dating, my uncle died. My uncle that I was really close with, and I'm gonna make a story time about that too later. But he died from a brain tumor, and Joe was like super supportive, you know. He was like, I'm here for you, all that. Spoiler alert, that was all an act. My uncle lived in Colorado, right, and I live in Seattle. So we had to fly down, beginning in December, we had to fly down to Colorado for my uncle's memorial, right? Here's one of the red flags that I noticed but didn't pay attention to. He was like, how long are you gonna be on? I was like, just a couple days. And he was like, a couple days, that's a long time. I don't know if I want you gone for that long. First of all, a couple days is not a long time, but, and also, it's not like I can't talk to you while I'm there. We have phones. And also, it's my uncle's memorial. I'm going. Like, so, I went, and how many days? 2 days after I got back, I had a gymnastics meet. Like, the first gymnastics meet of the season. So, if you guys don't know, I'm a gymnast. So, I was like, I asked him, I was like, hey Joe, you want to come to my gymnastics meet today? I was like, what are you doing today? He's like, nothing. I was like, do you want to come to my gymnastics meet? He's like, I can't, I have a really big essay. I know I said I'm not doing anything, but I just, you know, I forgot that I have this essay. Okay, yeah, I'm sure. So that day in 6th period, my friend, she doesn't like him. Neither does her boyfriend. But he's like, he thinks that it's a bunch of drama between them. But she said to me, she's like, I'm only telling you this because I think you should know. I don't want to see you get lied to. And I was like, okay. And she was like, and she was like, my boyfriend saw Joe smoking weed. I'm like, now here's the thing. When we started dating, he said that he used to vape, which was like, okay, whatever. Because he said that he doesn't anymore. I didn't even ask him. He literally just said that. He just lied for the sake of lying. So he was like, so I was like, that's weird. Now, I get that we're in high school. Like, I get the urge. I'm not going to be mad at him for it. I'm not going to like it, but I'm not going to be mad at him for it. I'm only going to be mad if he lies to me. So I called him on my way to the gymnastics meet because I talked to my other friend about it. I was like, what do I do? And she's like, you need to ask him. Like, you need to see if he's going to lie to you or not. So I called him and I was like, there's no way to, like, really ask you this, but were you smoking weed today? And he was like, no. And then he was getting mad. He was like, who told you? I'm like, I don't have to tell you who told me. He's like, no, who told you? I'm like, that doesn't matter. So then at the gymnastics meet, the friend that told me was on the gymnastics team too. So at the gymnastics meet, she was like, I was talking to her about it, and she was like, yeah, he's texting, like, their group chat and all that, and he's like, bro, I need to fix this with her. She's gonna break up with me. I'm like, wait, he wants to fix it? And she's like, yeah, he does. I'm like, oh. So right before the gymnastics meet started, I called him, and I got a voicemail, and I was like, listen, I want to work this out with you too. Like, just please, 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 please. Like, I have to go to my gymnastics meet, but I'll call you after, and like, I want to work this out, right? So I called him after, and he goes, He lied to me again. He got closer to the truth. He said he was with people who were smoking weed, but he wasn't. I'm like, another lie. So, I got home, and when we were talking to him, I was like, look, all you have to do is tell me the truth. Even if it's something that's going to make me mad, which this won't, but even if it's something that's going to make me mad, or like if you screw up or something, I'm going to be way more mad if you tell me later. Because that's me. I cannot stand being lied to. Like, that's just what part of my past trauma. I cannot stand being lied to. Like, I know people don't like it, but like, yeah. So he goes, well, I do have something I want to tell you. I'm like, okay. And he's like, I don't have any more feelings for you. I think we should break up. I'm like, okay, so literally at school you said that, like, literally not like 5 hours ago you were like, yeah, you said that you love me. Like, I know you don't have any feelings for me. What? So I was like, okay. So that kind of sucked. And then I went to school the next day, and the friend that I asked advice on, she's like, did he fess up? I'm like, no, he broke up with me. And she's like, yeah, he got caught. So I was not ready to let go, because it made no sense to me, right? It made literally no sense to me. So I called him later. By the way, if you go through a breakup, do not do this. Like, every single thing that I did until the very end, don't do what I did. Don't follow my mistakes. So I called him, which was a really bad idea. But I was like, I showed him, I think I still have it. Give me one sec. Okay, I don't know where it is. I probably lost it. But I had this necklace that he gave me for my birthday, right? And it was engraved, because we had Spanish class together, so we would like speak Spanish to each other. It was kind of like a little thing. And on one side it said Katie Box, which is my name. On the other side it said Mi Amor. And then it said Te Amo. So Mi Amor is my love. Te Amo is I love you. You know. Because it was like a little rectangle. So I was like, so I called him and I was like, I don't believe you. Basically, I just said, like, I don't believe you. I was like, I showed him a card he gave me for my birthday. And I showed him the necklace. I was like, this doesn't go away in 5 hours. And I don't think you would have lied about it. Like, I don't think you would have lied saying I love you. So, what's going on? I was like, when you look at me, can you honestly tell me that you have no feelings for me? Now, he was blaming it on me. He was blaming the whole thing on me. He was saying, you could never hang out with me, but you did blah, blah, blah. He said I was constantly lying to him. I didn't lie to him. At all. So, I don't know what his problem was, but I was like, when did I lie to you? And like, so I somehow found myself asking him for another chance. So I was like, will you give me another chance? Like, he was like, yeah, he was like, yeah, I'll give you another chance, because I can't honestly say that I have no feelings for you. I do. I'm like, oh, yay. So the next morning I had a drill comp, and I texted my friends. I was like, we just got back together. Now, Lauren, I don't really know how I feel about this. I think that it helped me dodge a bullet, but she texted me and she was like, now pay attention carefully, okay? I don't know if I saw the screenshot. I don't. But she said, like, hey, I just want to tell you, like, you really hurt Katie, and like, please don't do that again, basically. Like, she was like, I don't want to see her that hurt again, so please treat her right this time. And then she said, like, after, she was like, pay attention to this closely. I'm not saying this was a good thing to say. I'm not saying she should have said it. I'm not excusing it. I want you guys to hear what she said. If you ever hurt her again, I want to punch you in the face. Not saying that's right. She should not have said that. But she said if and want to. Then he broke up with me because of that. And he was like, no, I don't have feelings for you anymore. I'm like, because of a text my friend sent you? What? And then his friend was like, she threatened to punch him. No. She said she'll want to if he hurts me again. Which, by the way, he did. And she wants to, but she's not gonna, because she said want to, not will. Like, so we broke up. And then again, I was like, please let me get back together. And he was like, no. And then he said some not nice things to me. So after we've gotten in this huge fight because he was pinning the entire thing on me. And eventually I realized, I was like, don't try to pin all of this on me. You left. You bailed. Like, you didn't try to work. You were the one who bailed on me. Like, we promised to not do that, and you betrayed that trust. You broke that promise, not me. And he was like, you could never hang out with me. I'm like, okay, yeah, but I also told you that I'm a busy person. Before we started dating, I said, I am a super busy person. Like when he asked me out, I was like, I do, but I want you to know that I am a super busy person. So I won't be able to hang out with you a lot. So if that's going to be a problem, I understand, but I just want you to know that. Is that going to be a problem? He was like, no, that's fine. Okay. Middle of the relationship. He was like, you can't really hang out with me a lot. I'm like, I know. But I was like, and if it's too much for you, I totally understand. You can go, whatever. And he's like, no, it's perfectly fine. So, I understand, but don't try to blame it on me because he had multiple chances to leave and he didn't. He also broke up with me 2 days after I got back from my uncle's memorial. That's kind of messed up. And he was like, you were always lying to me. I was like, I never lied to you. He's the one who was lying to me. Yeah. So guys, that is the end of this story. Thank you so much for watching if you made it to the end. I want to make this announcement. I am not going to be uploading Saturday because I'm going to be at my friend's cabin for the 4th of July. So, I'll try, but I don't know if I'm going to have any Wi-Fi. So, I will do my very best, but probably not. And, I don't know about Tuesday, because I'm going to be in Bozeman with my brother, so I will be keeping you guys updated on my Instagram and Snapchat, link down below. So thank you so much for watching. I'll keep you posted on when I'm going to upload next, and I love you guys. Bye.